Today's vlog is going to be talking about The Bluest Eye, which is a novel by Toni Morrison. This novel focuses on Pecola Breedlove and the events that surrounded her life in the course of a year. So there are many important characters in this piece, especially her parents, Pauline and Charlie Breedlove, who really set the tone for what happens to Pecola and how she deals with the aftermath. And the one sentence I'm going to be focusing on particular today is from the section that focuses on Mrs. Breedlove, Pauline Breedlove's biography, and it's from the very end of page 126 and the beginning of 127, and it says, holding Charlie as a model of sin and failure, she wore him like a crown of thorns, and her children like a cross. And it's through the use of the Christian imagery and the tone of the sentence, the reader is able to understand Pauline Breedlove's life. It doesn't necessarily mean that we agree with how she acts and what she believes, but we can see how her actions are formed, what brought her to living her life like this. So the tone of the sentence is very sympathetic and has this like sorrow almost to it. Like you feel sorry for her that she has to like deal with all these. She feels that she's burdened with the problems of Charlie's problems and her kids and everything like that. And if you just have this one sentence, you feel sorry for her, but in the larger context, it's something that she bears too. It's something that like she's a part of too, that she is a part of the pain that is created. And you can see that she does have a way out, but she chooses not to use it to break out of this eroded relationship and family. And the context of this passage deals a lot with Pauline's biography and her narrative, and how she had taken care of her family growing up, and then she met Charlie and she had a family, but then it didn't turn out like she was supposed to, and so she tries to have a life that is like the church ladies that she is wants to be like, and like the women in the movies, but it doesn't really work out that way. And so she instead just lets the relationships in her family between like her and Charlie and her and Pecola and so forth just break down basically, and just allows it for it to be something that she feels like she has to deal with and she has to bear and she has to just have always weighing on her shoulders in life. And so this crown of thorns and her cross is what she carries for her life. And so the sympathetic response, you almost feel like you feel sorry that she has to bear this, is really present in the sentence, even though it's not really in the rest of the text. And so, like, first of all, just talking about the word bore, it's something, like, the denotation it's to put up with something or somebody unpleasant, or move while holding up or supporting. And it's this connotation of, like, carrying this unimaginable weight. Like, it's something that it's always going to be heavy on her heart for the rest of her life. And it's a really powerful, like, word. Instead of just carrying or supporting, like bore, like it's something heavy. It's this heavy thing that will always be there, always, no matter what. And the metaphors of a crown of thorns and a cross are both Christian images that come back to like the crucifixion of Christ. And so she's comparing herself, she's being compared to a sacrificing person who died for the terrible sins. And she feels like a part of her is decaying, dying, because of the sins of her family and the sins of Charlie, and how he's not a perfect man, and how Pecola is um, just so, is just something that she never imagined she would have in her life.